Hello, Facebook friends. It's Music Wednesday.
It's Music Wednesday. We've got a busy one because we're going to talk to Mike Crowder, and I think I'm going to call you Mike Crowder all the time.
Are
I've
you?
been watching Brockmire a lot.
Okay. They use
You've been
first and
watching
last names?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I
He calls
do
everybody
that.
by first and last name.
Excellent.
Some people's names you just want to say the first and the last name.
Right.
Yes. Barry Corder.
No, not so much.
No, I
Really?
like saying Barry Corder.
Well, okay. But
Yeah.
Mike Crowder.
Sometimes people think mine is Lesley Dale Dale. Like people have asked me, is it Lesley Dale Dale? No.
That would be a great stage name, though.
Right.
That would be.
Consider that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll take that into consideration.
Do
Mike,
that.
Mike Crowder.
Yeah,
Okay.
see?
So
Leslie Dale.
where do you come from, funny man?
I come from the Hickson area of southeast Tennessee.
All
I'm a
right.
lifelong Chattanoogan.
Wow.
Yeah. I have lived here for all the changes. So I was
Lots of changes.
lots of changes when I
That's
grew
a good
up.
Bowie song, huh?
Yeah. When I grew up, Hickson was actually a place that you would go on purpose. And now, now you leave Hickson to go downtown. So that's how much it's changed.
So how long have you been playing?
I started playing the guitar when I was about 12 or 13. I had been playing the trumpet in the middle school band, but I noticed that there weren't a whole lot of trumpet players that were attracting a lot of attention
No way.
on MTV and stuff. Right. So I got a guitar, and from that point forward, it was mostly about the guitar for me. I went through a long phase in my 30s, I guess, when I played more mandolin, and I played in a bluegrass band here locally. And
You've been. I was one of the things. You've been in several different kinds of bands, not just different bands, but kinds of bands. Right?
Yeah.
You did the bluegrass or newgrass.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
More,
Newgrass
right?
is probably
little rock.
accurate. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Little.
I was in Uncle Lightning. I guess
Uncle
they're sort of
Lightning.
Americana.
What was the
And
band with Mike Butler?
My goodness, that goes back so far I can't even remember the
Okay.
name. But
I'll think of it.
yeah.
Anyway, also people would probably recognize you, though you haven't. I'm surprised. Mike is all over Facebook and television, right? Little
Well,
TV
apparently,
stuff,
yeah. We have.
Where have I been?
I don't know, Lesley Dale. My brother asked me to endorse EPB fiber optics, and it was very awkward because my brother was the person asking me the questions off camera. And
Is it Chuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
you know how
Chuck.
awkward that can be. And
He's
so
awkward.
he's off camera asking me questions and I'm answering, and he's sort of trying to get me to continue answering. And then they chopped up all those answers into this really awkward 30-second spot that everyone has seen 100 times except me. I've only seen it once.
Okay.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. You're not
I wanna
missing
see
anything.
it.
Good.
You're
It's
not
not too awkward. Okay.
I've also done some EPB work
Have you?
with Chuck.
Well-
Yeah, I just saw him at Brian Wilson too. Did you see him?
I didn't see
Yeah.
Chuck. I saw. Boy, that was a great
I
show.
always see him at shows.
He goes to shows.
We all go to shows.
His child has grown, and so he goes to shows much more than those of us who have little kids can get out and go to shows. But that was probably a good
Well,
show to go
they
to.
do go
It
to
was a great
sleep if
show.
you guys put them to bed early enough.
Fantastic.
There
I've
are such
learned-
things called babysitters. It's crazy.
Yeah, and bourbon.
That's right.
Yeah,
Cheers.
they sleep harder.
Cheers.
Yeah, and longer. So.
Yeah.
Let's hear some music.
Let's hear some
Ooh,
music.
really?
What are you
All
gonna
right.
play?
Well, I am going to play you a brand new song that this will be the global premiere. Facebook is global, right? I think it is.
It
And
is.
so no one outside of the basement at home has heard the song yet. It's called Teresa Elvira Blues.
Wow.
Have
Cool
at
name.
You ready? Her name was Teresa Elvira. I swear to you that's true. Her dress, her hair, and her eyes were all different shades of blue. She promised that she could change me, turn me into something new. I said, Miss Elvira, I'm ready. Do what you gotta do. And I could travel back in time, make the same mistakes again. Feel the same heartaches and bury all the same kin. Would anything change? Would I wind up here again? It's the least that I could do. If I thought it would fix things with you. Elvira mixed up a potion in a jar with my name on the side. She told me to wait until I was alone to take the ride. Later that night, with the lid off the jar, my left hand covering my name, I studied the face in the mirror as I poured it down the drain. I could travel back in time, make the same mistakes again, feel the same heartaches, and bury all the same kin. Would anything change? Would I wind up here again? It's the least that I could do. If I thought it would fix things with you, what would I give? What would it take to be or not to be? What difference does it make? Last night I was out by Elvira's. Wondered if she was around. Note on her parlor window told me she'd moved out of town. Through the glass I could see the counter where she'd fixed up the cure for me. A blue dress lay in the corner. I guess change is something that anyone can need. I could travel back in time. I could make mistakes again. I could navigate the pain. I could bury all my kin. Would anything change? Would I wind up here again? It's the least that I could do. If I thought it would fix things with you, oh, thank you, Lesley Dale. That
Very
is
nice,
Teresa
Mike
Elvira
Crowder.
Blues. Yeah,
That's nice. Very
So
nice.
good. I loved it.
Appreciate
What's
it.
it about?
It's probably similar to a lot of the songs that I write, that I have an adult life that's extraordinarily unexciting.
Really?
Yeah, I have a regular job and 4 kids, and lots of time just interacting with people, and that's where a lot of ideas come from. So I actually got an email from someone whose literal name was Teresa Elvira, and I just thought,
I love it.
Yeah, that's got to go in a song somewhere. And
It's unusual.
it just kind of followed from there. I got in trouble very early on in songwriting as a married person.
Oh.
You don't want to really write about any kind of tension in your own relationship, because it's going to be temporary. It's going to be fleeting, but songs are forever.
Well, that's just being real, though.
Well, being real is expensive, I've found. And so
Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, a lot of the songs that I write start off with something I've observed in someone else's life, or a lot of times, especially in Southeast Tennessee, you just hear somebody twist a phrase around in a way that's interesting, and it goes into my little Google Docs.
So
thing,
other
and,
people's stories interest you.
Sure. I've always written short stories as well, and
Okay.
so I sort of see songs these days as sketching out maybe a scene in a play, and putting actors in there and letting them do their thing, and then trying to find if there's any kind of universal idea behind it, bringing that into it too. So.
You're
that's cool.
planning on recording an album, right? Is that
I'm
what
working
you're
on it now. Yeah,
yeah?
I've got an album called Playing a Part, and it's about halfway finished. I'm probably doing it in the least efficient way possible. I'm doing it myself,
at home, and I'm actually mixing and recording everything as I go.
No, the
So
worst
we-
possible way is to rent a studio
Well, we've
and do
tried
it that way.
That's also expensive.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. But there,
It is.
one great thing about Chattanooga these days is there are a lot of options if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But it helps if you have a band.
It occurred to me across the yard.
Yeah.
When that Mike
I was
got
not
it.
in Across the Yard, but I
You
was
weren't
in
in?
a follow-up
Oh,
band
all
to
right.
that. Yeah, after Mike moved out of town. So.
So is this song that you just did going to be on the new one?
It will be. I
So
think
pretty.
it's. Thank you. I like the song, so it's probably
I
going
like
to
it a
find a place
lot.
there. The great thing about a self-release record is it can be as long as you want. So right now it's probably going to have 12 or 13 songs, but if I write something new that would fit,
Yeah.
it'll go on there too.
whatever.
Does Teresa Elvira, whoever she is, know about this?
She doesn't. She's an insurance adjuster, and I thought it would really freak her out if I replied with a demo of the
Yeah,
song.
if you
to her
wrote
email.
wrote a song about you.
Right, yeah, I might get arrested.
I personally would love it.
Well, my next
But
song will be called Lesley Dale Dale. and
I'm
it's on its
weird.
way
I'm
to
a
you.
strange cookie. So
Well,
yeah,
it-
she might
yeah.
like it. I would want to know if there was a song out there.
Yeah.
Is there a song out there about you, Barry?
Uh,
You have all these brothers,
Right.
Who are
well,
involved in the music industry.
not about me. I think my dad was a big fan of. You remember the song "Running Bear"?
No.
Do you remember that?
No.
Good.
I'm gonna look it up.
Generation gap.
You know I'm gonna
Yeah.
look
It's
it up.
old.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's funny.
But let's play another
Play
song.
another one.
You want to? Well,
Yeah.
since you brought up the idea of creeping on Teresa,
You're welcome.
yeah, there's an idea that came to me recently when, my daughters are 26 and 21, and so their interaction with social media is way, way different than ours, and they've grown up in a time when
It was always there.
it was always there, and it was one of the things they've had to deal with is people connecting with them that maybe they didn't feel that connection with. Someone that you went to school with years ago, and they send you the friend request, and they have to go through this decision tree about what are they after. And at my age, if there's a new friend request from somebody that's our age, you just assume they're going through a divorce, right?
Oh my goodness, I don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
Well, you're not my age, but
Well, I assume that they're
yeah.
watching the show, hopefully. Hopefully.
that's when you look directly at the camera.
Yeah.
They're hoping you're going
But-
through a divorce. Yeah.
Yeah.
One or the other.
We only hope for the best,
Yeah,
Facebookers.
For everybody.
Positive
I
vibes
want everyone to be
only.
happy, whatever that
No weird
means.
private messages.
None whatsoever. But if you can imagine any situation like this, there's the creeper and the creepy, and
Yeah.
obviously they see things from a different point
Point
of
of
view.
view.
And so this song is kind of written
Especially young girl,
right. This
women.
is not an especially creepy song, but the inspiration was thinking about the person who's doing the connecting, that's really looking to try to rekindle an old relationship that the other person maybe, their life has moved on, so
Yeah.
they're not really interested in that.
Lonely.
It's the new drunk calling, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
there's
always
kids,
good, huh?
Kids today. So it's called The Man. I remember that smile. It's glowing back at me, lighting up the pictures on my telephone screen. There's a high school graduation. There's a child up in a tree. There's a girl I used to know. Her face is all abeam. You've got everything I wanted for you. 3 perfect kids and the man of your dreams. The only difference between then and now, I thought the man would be me. I thought the man would be me. We'd sit and talk for hours, lay out how things were gonna be. 2 boys and a girl, a front porch and a swing. It ain't easy to surrender a dream that's obsolete.
found your way around it. At least that's how it seems. You've got everything I wanted for you. 3 perfect kids and the man of your dreams. The only difference between then and now, thought the man would be me. Thought the man would be me. And I'm a boat out of the water. I'm a train without a track. You always knew where you were going. You ain't ever coming back. You ain't ever coming back. I thought I was your oxygen. You needed me to breathe. I was just a light for you. You had to have to see a pretty little picture of how your life could be. I hope that when you look at him, you see a shadow of me. There's a shadow of me. You've got everything I wanted for you. 3 perfect kids and the man of your dreams. Only difference between then and now, I thought the man would be me. Thought the man would be me.
See, it's not that creepy.
Creepy at all. That was
Well,
good.
I thought it was so sweet.
Well, the creeper does too.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
That makes sense.
Right?
Yes.
So
It's all
that's
how
what
you-
happens when
no,
people. That,
I thought, the train without a track.
Uh-huh.
That's really good
I'm
lyric.
sure.
And, what was, when you look at him,
see a shadow of me.
yeah, that is freaking deep.
Woo!
Yeah, that is deep.
Thank
Mike Crowder
you.
went deep. That's
You
good.
went deep.
Going deep.
Going
for
deep.
It.
Also creepy to say. Okay,
Well, yeah.
great. No, you have a great voice too. It's really effortless.
Well, I appreciate that because it's something that I've had to work really hard on. Yeah.
I would never know.
Well,
right?
No, it
if
sounds good.
Trish is
Yeah.
watching, my vocal coach, she'll be thrilled to hear that. She'll also be
Really?
pointing out all the things I'm doing wrong. But about 3 years ago, I had gotten frustrated with not being able to sing very well because
Really?
my entire life I had just forced it and tried to do it what felt natural to me, which was actually the opposite of what I was supposed to be doing. So I signed up for a seminar that Butch Ross, the local dulcimer.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah.
Bush on there. He's
Yeah,
great.
he's
He and,
great.
he and Trish do a seminar for singer-songwriters every once in a while, and they teach you. Butch kind of focuses on writing and composition, and Trish focuses on vocals and breathing techniques and things like that. And that really kicked off a very creative period for me. But I continued to take lessons with Trish, and that's
cool.
made a big difference in my confidence
Yeah,
in
that's
singing.
interesting. I saw someone early on in my career here. She's awesome. Her name's Beverly Inman-Ebel.
I
Ever
don't
heard
know
of
her, yeah.
She owns a business called Talk, Listen, and Communicate in Brainerd. But
I have heard of that.
Yeah, she was super helpful for a young reporter to like gain confidence more than it, or just
Right.
to be yourself and have your own voice. But there's certain things
Right.
to stress and
It is
Yeah.
a constant struggle, but from recording at home, I've learned.
Do you still
to
think
correct
about
my-
it, or is it
yeah,
kind-
but
you
I've
do?
I've learned to hear and correct my mistakes myself a little bit more.
Me too.
But for years, and this is the same with TLC, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
For years, I just assumed I would never be able to find anyone local, convenient, affordable,
know, I
right?
know.
And this, it turns out, Trish lived in my neighborhood.
Oh, that's
I'd
awesome.
never met her, so.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's strange with like creative careers, like actors, trained, untrained. You have to find, I think, like a little bit of both
Mm-hmm.
is a good mix for me. I guess for you too, but it's interesting, the whole process of it all. People think it just happens.
Yeah, it doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
I'm learning that.
I was going to say, you're a great example.
I'm
of
a great
this.
example.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's
I'm
a
the
natural.
before.
He's a
Natural.
natural.
I've always been a before model.
Oh,
Tell
that's
people
funny.
where they can see and hear you. You've got a couple
sure.
things coming up.
Yeah, I do. Tomorrow night at Grand Falloon, there's a great event called River City Sessions. And it's very similar to Music City Roots that they do in Nashville. It's
Cool.
Locals who are performing original music for the most part, and it's edited into a radio show that is broadcast on WUTC on Sunday evenings. So I imagine there's a second or third Sunday of the month they have that. And Mike Gray puts that together, so I'm happy to be doing a set there tomorrow night. That starts at 7.
Fun.
Grand Falloon.
Grand Falloon.
Yeah, I'm playing the Little Owl Festival on Saturday, which I had never heard of personally, but it's at Audubon Acres. It's a fundraiser for them.
Okay.
And bring your kids because they can see actual raptors up close, so owls and hawks and things like that
cool.
they have there. Yeah, which I thought was kind of
That's
neat.
really
So I'll be
cool.
taking my boys out there. Those are the two most pressing things. I just recorded a podcast interview with Heather Lee Holt for her Chattanooga Open Mic Spotlight.
Big fan
podcast.
of Heather Lee.
Yeah.
She's been
She's a
on here.
sweetheart.
So
So as soon as that gets edited, that'll be out there on the pod waves. So
She has a real honest voice.
definitely,
Yeah.
and she's doing a lot to help the local scene because it's always been great about Chattanooga. There have been people to step up and say, I'm going to do this for as long as I can, whether it
Yeah.
compensates me or not. This is something I
Yeah.
want to do, and
Her
I would love to
podcast,
see her
there's a
build
lot
that
of-
with the sponsors. And
I mean, we're not the only ones that do that, and I don't mind giving. Heather Lee's got a podcast
Right.
that she features local.
Chattanooga.
Yeah, we need to have her
Brian
back on here.
Stone have you been on with Brian?
I haven't yet. Yeah, he's got lots of interest, so he doesn't always do interviews with
true.
musicians.
But it's it's good. It's good to see all the interaction, and everyone seems to have figured out that if I do well, you do well, and if we all do well, the next guy does well. So
Absolutely.
It's a
it
team.
helps. So
Yeah. Support each other.
will you play one more, and then I want to ask you about something that happened to you last night.
Oh,
It's
sure.
Pretty
Oh.
darn cool.
About
Yeah,
last night.
right.
About last night. It's really
Alright.
cool. You
Yeah.
should be
Well,
proud.
since you've given the 3.5 people that are logged in something to look forward to, I'm
Stick around.
The-
Yeah.
No, the 1,000+ people
1,000 plus.
like and share.
I know I
like
have-
and
yeah.
share.
I have watched many of these, and I appreciate what you guys are doing to promote local musicians as well. So it's
fun.
Our pleasure.
good.
Truly.
This is a truly horrible idea that I have engaged in right now. I wrote a new song in the last couple of days that I may or may not remember all the lyrics, but I have realized recently that
It happens.
over the last 3 or 4 years, I've written a lot of songs that were very kind of dark and serious and explored, relationships and emotions and things like that. But I used to write a lot of songs that sort of had a humorous bent as well. So this is one of those songs that should be a little bit entertaining that way and a little bit more upbeat. So
All right.
we'll see if it's any good or not.
We will be the judges. of
It's
that.
called A Little Love for You. So there's a little bit of water in the Gulf of Mexico, and there's a little bit of artwork in the Louvre. There's a little bit of cash changing hands at Goldman Sachs, and I've still got a little love for you. It gets a little rainy in Seattle, and it gets a little sunny in Cancun, and it gets a little foggy in London, and I've still got a little love for you. They have got a little wine in Sonoma, and a little bit of coffee in Peru. They've got a little beer in Milwaukee, and I've still got a little love for you. It's the little things I miss that keep me up at night. It's the little band of God. Shit, that's exactly what I thought. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's
We're on
the little things I miss that keep me up at night. It's the little things I tried to say that didn't come out right. It's that little bit of gold that's missing from your hand. It's all the little bitty things I'll never understand. They have got a little bluegrass in Kentucky, and they've got a little orange in Tennessee. They've got a little crimson in Alabama,
but that is not a place that I would ever want to be. They have got a little ditch in Arizona and a little bit of corn in Kansas too. They've got a little bull in Texas, and I've still got a little love for you. It's the little things I miss that keep me up at night. It's the little things I tried to say that didn't come out right. It's a little bit of gold that's missing from your hand. It's all the little bitty things I'll never understand. They've got some little bitty buildings in Manhattan and a little bit of Botox in LA. They've got a little losers in Las Vegas, but there's more flying in every day. You can find a little bratwurst in Berlin and a little bit of beignets in Baton Rouge. You can get a little curry in Calcutta, and I'm just a couple days from being over you. There's a little space deep inside my memories where the little space between us don't exist. And there's a little part of me that thinks a little part of you might be a little bit persuaded now with just one little kiss. There's that little bit of hope that maybe helps me cope. But I know you a little too well. So if that little guy you're with breaks your little bitty heart, a little bit of me would think that's swell. 'Cause a little bit of you can go to Alabama. That was a disaster.
No, it wasn't. I loved it.
That's
I love that
fun.
roller
That's good
coaster
stuff.
ride.
It's great not to have anything to lose, you know? Like,
is.
My album is going to be free.
Put
No
it
one
out
ever pays
there.
to see me. You get what you get.
That's awesome.
You get
That's
what you
great.
get.
You get what you get.
That's
the
great. That's good
motto right
fun.
there for it.
And don't pitch a fit. There I go. Yep. I
You
know.
should translate that into Latin and get a tattoo. It would seem really
Yeah, I know, right?
in Latin.
You have lots of wonderful ideas. Yes, I'll take many of them into consideration.
They are
just
all
a
available.
little bit, like the song. Yeah, a little
right.
bit.
Way to tie it in.
I know.
I'm gonna
I
let
know.
you brag on your boy.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us about Will last night.
Well, Will Crowder is an awesome kid who's in the 7th grade, and we are very
Will.
proud of him. Hey, Will, you're at school, I hope. Hope you're not online. He is in the 7th grade band at Signal Mountain Middle, and he went to his band director and showed him a project that he'd been working on, and the band director asked him to actually compose a piece.
Well, let's
for
back
the
up
band to
now. The
perform.
project.
Well, the project was he had listened to another band, a similar band online, a song that they did, and he actually transcribed it for every piece
Yeah, all
in
16,
the band.
if I remember right.
All 16 instruments in the band.
Yeah.
He transcribed their parts separately with the harmonies and the right
Right.
keys and things like that. And I guess the band director couldn't really believe that he
Right.
had done this. So, they talked about it a little bit, and he challenged Will to come up with a piece that the band could play next year at the
Yeah.
spring concert.
Gave him a year.
Yeah, and he came back 3 days later with a piece and gave it to the director, and they actually performed it last night
Aw,
at the
Isn't that
spring
cool?
concert.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
That's
so
very
amazing.
cool.
yeah, he
That's really
created it
cool.
himself from scratch with it. He
Wow.
never asked us about it. Now, we assume that he didn't do any other 4-day period.
That's your
Right.
problem.
We'll find out
Right.
when the grades come.
Right.
But,
Let's focus on the
yeah,
now.
exactly, because everyone
Yes.
knows music is the best paying.
Yeah, he's
you
a
know,
he's got a
school-
future.
Right, school music. And this
Music
kind of music,
is good medicine, though. It is.
yeah. What
It
what
is.
that look like in Latin? It's a good one.
Another tattoo. Perfect. Perfect.
All right, so when's the album
Run
you're
out of road.
thinking? You have any idea?
Midsummer. I've got a personal goal to. It's going to be a Christmas present for a lot of people, so I need to get it mastered and printed
It's
and
a great
everything.
I'm
gift.
giving
in time to
coupons
give.
Great
again.
Right.
I'm going to give a
Yeah.
coupon for your free
Thank
record.
you. Yeah. I have. For years, I've given music that I liked to my clients as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
so going all the way back to 1999, I think. And so if anyone that hasn't thrown them in the garbage has a nice little collection of music that I like.
The Crowder collection.
That's right.
not,
You should
Mike
hand them
Crowder.
out at our second annual
we'll have to do a
holiday
holiday.
show.
That sounds like a promo.
Where is Dennis Haskins?
I'm
when
sure
we
he'll
need
be
him?
here.
Ring the bell. He'll be around soon.
I
Be
will.
here.
That'll
Yes.
save him.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So let's again tomorrow night at Grand Falloon.
Yep.
Saturday out at Audubon Acres.
Yes.
Can they find you on Facebook?
They can find me. Just my personal profile is where I post
Mike
new
Crowder.
songs as they are available.
Got it.
So.
And
Cool.
I haven't even asked you to give the weather. So I mean, I've been nice that way.
that?
It's too nice outside. I
We'll-
tend
we'll-
to
we'll
just
get
deal in
into
crisis
I'll get into
situations.
that later.
Yeah.
All
You gonna
right.
play us on out?
Sure.
Sure.
This is another new song, but I actually do know it. And, yeah, it's probably one of the more commercial things I've written.
I don't mind it when it's not perfect.
You know,
I think
really
it's,
glad to hear that.
Yeah. See you.
Church sign reads, will you forgive? You ride with me, oblivious. And how that preacher know the question on my mind. I'm laying low, you're flying blind. I'm about to blow the whole world to see. What you don't know is killing me. This town ain't big enough for the three of us. Running out of places and people we can trust. I can't sleep with a guilty mind, knowing it's a matter of time. I'm about to blow the whole world to see. What you don't know is killing me. What started out as loneliness has ended up as emptiness. How did I get into this? And how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? I'm about to blow for the whole world to see. What you don't know is killing me. What you don't know is killing me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
that
Mike
was-
Crowder.
that was
Thank you.
Very
That was a lot of
deep as
fun.
well. Yeah, lots of fun. I've got some comments I was responding to about you.
Ooh,
So
really?
let's hold on a second. Let's see who they are.
Okay. Mom. Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Let's see if Chuck responded.
Flanagan Sean, should it be opposite? It says, I love the Free Press video broadcast. I still subscribe and don't even live in Chattanooga anymore. Keep up the good work.
My
goodness.
hero.
Thank you.
Wow.
Do you know
My
him?
hero. No.
Army of
Oh,
One.
Thank you.
wow.
Yeah.
He sure has a lot more hair than his brother, Joseph Dill says.
Interesting. Yeah, I do. I do.
Yes, and Stephanie Davis says, as always, love hearing nothing, in quotes, but country, bluegrass, folk. Yeehaw.
Wow, that seems
All right,
sarcastic.
I
She's
don't know.
serious.
I mean, you had the rapper just recently.
We
So,
did.
yeah.
If you'd like to refer back to that,
All right, that was interesting.
you know,
Right.
very interesting.
Yeah.
We keep things interesting here.
Hey, but
Yes.
you know, anyone that tuned
Open
in to
anything.
comment is there. You're getting a page view for that. So
Right.
That's
I
right.
think
That's
yeah,
right.
they
That's
don't
right.
realize that they're actually.
Yeah, they're helping.
Yeah.
Did Jason
Thank
Taylor log on and
you.
comment that he promised?
today,
that he would
yeah,
watch,
he's just
but
gonna.
It's only
No.
like 4 in
Say
the
hi to
morning
Jason
where he
out
lives. So.
Hey, Jason.
Right.
Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Fantastic.
It was awesome having you here.
Thanks,
we'll
world.
definitely reconvene with you. You should come back to the holiday show, pass out your presents,
Thank
and
you.
continue the good work.
Appreciate it.
All
Leslie.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Barry.
everyone.
welcome.
Thanks for
Thanks.
calling
Yeah,
me.
thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Happy Music
Appreciate it.
Wednesday. You guys have a great day. Happy Hump Day.